Welcome to the Sacred Rebels podcast. This is your host, Tay.
And co-host Amy.
We're the podcast that fearlessly dives into the depths of holistic healing. Join us as we empower you to embrace your divine journey, confront sexual trauma, conquer addictions, and rise with confidence with life after trauma. It's time to unlock the sacred rebel within and enter a transformative path to self-discovery and healing.
We are here to trigger you. By shattering stigmas and questioning societal norms, join us as we explore diverse stories of men and women showcasing that there's not one way to heal and the importance of community. Together, we will navigate the evolving human experience, embracing paths to growth and understanding.
Let's heal, baby! Hey, y'all. Welcome back to another episode of Sacred Rebels. Tonight, it's just me and Aim. Back in our old school couch outlet. I don't even know what you would call this, but we were feeling a little lazy, didn't really want to move the couch to the other room. So here we are in our old setup and no mic stands. Again, laziness, spur of the moment. We're just going to wing it. She pulled our card and we're excited to just get into it and have a little chit chat tonight because it's been a while since it's been just us.
Just us in studio, in space.
Yep.
Let's, do the same thing that we always do. One hand on the heart, one hand on the belly. Let's expel all the energy out. Inhale in through the nose. Lift up, rise up, fill up, open the heart, open the mind. Stand in your power. And then just exhale. We'll just let it go. We'll soften into the space. Into whatever's gonna come up. We just did a sound bath. I know we always record the night before, but it's Tuesday and it is a new moon in Taurus, which is a big manifestation moon. So, and obviously Taurus season, duh. Mm-hmm. The card tonight is Moon Dance Celebration. This card brings good news. You will soon have good reason to celebrate. Expect good things and positive developments. Think about all the good in your life at this very moment. What do you have to be grateful for? Be grateful for it now. Do a little dance of gratitude and stay focused on the solutions, not the problems. Open your heart and be as happy as you can with the way things are now.
Love it.
So funny. I did
so
that.
Good.
In the sound bowl, in the sound bath tonight, as I was bringing them back in, I opened their hearts, and we gotta feel it, right? And just like allow whatever it is to come up, and like that's it, to be grateful for life as it is right now.
Yep.
That's like so many of us get caught in like happiness destination. Like, oh, I'll be happy when, like, yep. I need to get this, or I need to have the house, or I need to have the car, or I need to have the relationship, or I need to have this. And it's like, oh, I'll always be happy when I get this. And then you get the thing, and then you're not happy because now you need the next thing. And you're like, oh, and then it's just, that's happiness destination. That's fucking forever. And it's, unless you actually are just happy where you are, what you have.
Yeah, I think just having a gratitude lens too is so important. Yeah. Like when we get stuck in like the, oh, this is shitty, or oh, I haven't been able to pay my bills, or I'm late on rent, or like whatever it is, like my love life's not great, my kids are acting a wreck, like whatever. It's like when we switch our mind to that gratitude mindset, I know for me it makes such a difference. And it's something so simple that you forget to do sometimes, and after a few days of not doing like a gratitude practice, you feel it and you know it because your lens is skewed and you're looking at all the fucked up shit that's going on instead of all the good shit that you should be grateful for.
Looking at what you don't have instead of looking at what you have. And sometimes it sounds so simple, but it's actually really hard.
It is really hard. And getting into the practice of gratitude, Brecken's been like on me about it. Like, no, every day, like I want you to wake up and do a gratitude list. Like whether you have to find an accountability buddy and like send you, now me and Sam, we send it to each other every day again because I needed like that accountability. Now, if I forget, I'll get Sam's and I'm like, oh shit, I gotta send mine. And it's good. It's like, it brings me back to like beginning when you get sober and they're like, do a gratitude list or you're gonna relapse. And I'm like, okay, I'm writing my list. But really, it's the lens.
Do it or you'll die.
Yeah, but it's really just about the lens. It's like once you get in the attitude of gratitude, cliche and corny as it sounds, it really is so true. Your heart's open. You're a magnet for all possibilities, for all good shit to come in. You're looking at things differently. You don't have this like waiting for the shoe to drop feeling, it's like, no, you're going to stay grounded in gratitude and be grateful for the things that you do have going on, even small or big, whatever it is.
Yeah. Sometimes it's hard.
It is very hard. And that's like not us like, right, preaching it, because I go weeks or months sometimes and just get in this like rut, and then you have to pull yourself back out. Like right now, me and Sam are in this like accountability partner phase again, where I'm like, I need you to help me stay accountable because it does make a huge difference.
Yeah. Yeah, it does. Accountability is crazy. I need it with the gym again.
Come.
I know.
I'm waiting.
Like, girl.
They have childcare too, so Zoe could come.
I know.
Like, just come with me.
I know. Well,
It's
I'm
so
working out
great.
and doing booty. I'm doing booty a couple of times a week and doing that, but it is hard. You just get it's like peaks and valleys, right?
Yeah.
It's like up and down, and like booty's incredible. I'm so excited. I'm doing the booty training. If anybody is listening to this that's ever wanted to be a booty teacher, I know that there's a few spots left for the weekend. It's not this coming up weekend. It's the 18th. And I'm so excited. I'm like so excited to just like
something I want to do
at
some point.
In the energy of the training. I'm not going to be in it, but I just get to sit in it and like be with Sammy and Emily and all of them. So there is still a few spots left.
They're coming here?
They're in Portland at Sammy's studio.
Oh, it's going to be at Sammy's?
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Yeah, in Freeport. I'm super excited about that.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm excited to just be up there.
I love that. Yeah.
I know.
I love Portland.
Yeah.
Love it. It's beautiful.
So good.
Yeah, there's something special about booty. I think it's like obviously the movement, the shaking, the yelling, the passion. It's like different,
I always make a joke because pretty much everything I do except sound baths is just like getting people to scream at the top of their lungs.
Yes. Like, you came here to scream. Should
literally
be like on your front door.
Yeah, if you didn't know that you were actually yelling today,
you're actually here to scream.
Yeah, that's the only thing is that when I do the sound baths, but like booty, you're yelling. Mm-hmm. I'm making you yell.
Yep.
Ay. Where you'll experience that if you come to booty, and then obviously breathwork is.
Yep. And there's just something so healing about yelling, like just getting it out and just yelling it out. I don't know what it is, like the rage, the anger, the sadness, the grief, or the excitement, like whatever mood, just like yelling it out. It's just so good.
It's the purge of stuck emotions.
Yeah.
It's just our bodies, our issues lie in our tissues, and we have to have deep energetic releases because we're constantly stuffing down these emotions. We're constantly, because things are happening. They're continuing to happen as we go out throughout our day. It's not like, oh, you're on the healing journey, and just because you're on the healing journey, all of a sudden, like, day-to-day shit isn't going to happen. So it's like, not only when you're having these, somatic experiences, are you releasing all the old shit, like, new shit's going to keep happening. So it was so funny. The other day, I got a message on Facebook, and somebody just was like, I'm in need of spiritual cleansing. And I'm sorry if you're this person and you're hearing me say this, that it's because what's happening with social media right now and people like thinking that they can just have these like one-off experiences and get like cleansed and then they're just going to be cured and then they're going to be good and then everything's going to be great. It's like, you want a spiritual cleansing, go take a shower. That's very spiritual and it's very cleansing if you just like in the shower.
In the water.
But there is no overnight fix. There is no one session that you're going to do. There isn't a medicine. You're not going to go on a medicine journey, and you're not going to come to one breathwork class. You're not going to come to one fucking sound healing, and all of a sudden you're going to be spiritually cleansed, and all your chakras are going to be in line, and you're going to have no blockages and blah, blah, blah. Like, nobody has the ability to do that for you. I don't have the ability to do that to you, and if anybody is telling you that they have the ability to do that to you, they're fucking lying.
Yeah, it's bullshit.
If you're getting
bullshit.
some message on the internet from some tarot card reader that's like, I'm gonna cleanse you and spiritually cleanse you and do all this, they're fucking lying, and they're trying to take your money.
Yep.
Okay. The healing journey takes years, and it takes an investment of time. It doesn't necessarily even have to be.
And it still doesn't, like, you're still never like perfect.
You're never spiritually
like, how
cleansed.
long have we been doing this? And like, we still go through our peaks and valleys. We were just talking about it. Like, we alternate. Like, I have a mental breakdown, then she has a mental breakdown, and then I have a mental breakdown. It's like, we're never, like, life is always going to be lifing. Like, there's never not going to be some shit that gets thrown your way, or some trauma that happens, or that you experience. It's like, no, but we're here, and we're learning new ways to handle and to deal with it and to heal through it as it comes, so that we can be our best selves going forward.
Yeah, life is always going to be lifing.
Yeah.
Life is always going to be lifing.
Yeah.
And then you have to think about, like, what's happening in society, and everything is so expensive, and it's so hard to live, and it's just like all of this stuff is going to continue to be happening. So
Stressors. There's always going to be stressors.
This is a lifestyle. This is what I talk about all the time. We are human beings having a spiritual experience. We are not spiritual beings having a human experience. And so what has been happening is we as human beings have been so focused on the material world and the human experience. Everybody's so fucking focused on the human experience. I need to get the car. I need to get the house. I need to get the significant out there. I need to get the kids. I need to get the certain amount of money in my bank account, whatever it is. And we've lost complete touch with the spiritual experience. And the more that you live in the spiritual side, the better your human experience is going to be, because you need to have both. Because we get to have the human experience. We get to have the things. We get to have the nice cars or whatever your idea of success is. You get to join those things, right? There's no separation from, like, we don't want to escape the 3D. Everybody's always talking about escaping the 3D. Well, you can't actually fucking escape the 3D.
Yeah.
You're here. We're living in it. We're living in it. And, like, we get to, like, have fun and, like, have that, right? But you just don't want to be an NPC. Yeah. You don't want to be a non-player character. You want to be a main character.
Yeah, and you want to be enlightened a little bit and at least know what the fuck is going on around you and within you. So...
And the way you become not an NPC is you focus more on the spiritual experience, because then you get to understand that both exists, and that you can bring that energy more down into this experience and look at things differently and see things and people and places differently. But you have to do it here, and you have to do it in your body. So everybody's always trying to have these out of body experiences, even the stuff with medicine, and people wanting to have these altered states of consciousness. Well, it's like you have to have them here in your body.
Yeah, and integration too. Like, you're not just gonna go on this experience and then come back and be like, "Oh yay!" No, it's actually gonna be like, "Oh fuck."
Yeah.
Like, wow,
more work.
More work. Literally more work.
More awarenesses were exposed, more things that I've been stuffing down. It's the same thing with breathwork. And I tell people, like, breathwork is a practice.
Yep.
Breathwork, yes, it's transformational, and you can have a really profound experience. But also, every single one is so different.
Yeah, so different. Never one experience is the same. And that's just a proven fact. Like, no experience with anything you do, like, no experience is ever going to be the same. No. Same goes with all of these types of things. Same goes with plant medicine. Same goes with sound baths. Like, every yoga class you take, everyone's going to be different. Like, every single practice you do or something that you experience is going to be different every time.
Yeah,
and what you take from it.
the energy that you're releasing,
Yeah.
the energy of the teacher, the energy of the people that you're in the class with, how you're showing up. Sometimes you may, in the first breathwork class too, this is really important, that your body doesn't know what it's doing. So sometimes you can't have that full experience right away, that you've got to keep coming back. The breath practices, I'm actually teaching a Breathwork 101 class this month. I can't remember the date. I'm the worst. But it's going to be about teaching all the parasympathetic nervous system breath. And we're going to break down the 3-part breath, because the more you practice the breath and the more you do it, the easier your body's going to know that you're coming into that.
Yep.
Like right now, sometimes when I'm doing my skit,
it recognizes it.
I always call it my skit because it's like my little 5 to 10 minute spiel before about the whole practice.
Your intro.
I'm like, who's gonna leave? Who's just gonna get up and be but it's sometimes when I'm there and I'm just practice showing them the breath, my body's like, oh, we're going, there we are, and my whole head gets light. I know. I'm like, hold on guys, I just gotta come back to my thinking mind, because my brain is ready to shut down. Because that's what happens. I know. Your head shuts down and your body takes over.
Yes.
And you're just like, oh, okay. And when the more you do it and the more you practice this, the easier it is
to tap into it
and to go deeper. It's like that video that me and Taylor did. Like my scream, that shit was ancestral.
And that's another thing I want to bring up too, because a lot of people are like, oh, am I going to scream? They're almost scared or intimidated that they're not going to have control of their bodies. No, when we say your body takes over because it knows how to release energy, but you're still in control. If you wanted to go back to nose breathing to come down and ground yourself, then you can easily come back to the to nasal breathing and just breathe in through your nose and you'll be fine. You're not going to jump out of your skin or start crawling around on the floor or do something you have control of your body and you don't have to scream. That was her purging, allowing herself to scream. That's another thing. When you allow yourself to scream like that, the amount of shit comes out. I felt that on a fucking cellular, your scream on a cellular level. And still, when I watched the video back, full body chills, crying, me. And I was just a witness. It was powerful. And so when you allow yourself to really drop into that and let go, it's that's when we say oh, the shit's the possibilities are endless and you never know what's going to happen.
Well, that's the problem too, is a lot of people are like, oh my God, is the person next to me going to scream, or am I going to scream? I can, and it's that's the shit of us living for
programming,
how everybody else is going to see us.
Worried about everyone else.
And then that's how and the more you come and the more you're like, oh wow, everybody's screaming, I can scream. And you give yourself permission, even if you don't, it's holy shit, I don't actually care what everybody else is thinking about me. And that's how you step into that living your authenticity. I don't give a shit if nobody else screams. I need to scream. I need to have that release.
Or sometimes you don't have to scream. Sometimes I'll be in classes where you're scream, and I don't feel like I need to. I like to absorb and listen. It just is it's all unique and different. Again, every experience is different. And yeah, you just have to experience it for yourself.
But that whole tangent just went off on the basis that, there is no such thing as a spiritual cleansing.
Yeah.
That this is a practice. This is something that you're there is no one-off thing. And I think that people really need to understand that on a level that it's a new way of life. You have to create these spiritual practices into your human life on a consistent basis. It's not just oh, you're going to come in here and Taylor's going to heal you with one session and your whole life is going to be beautiful.
Perfect.
Or Kate or anybody here or Aspen. We are not doing that. We are just here to guide you on the things that we know has worked for us over fucking God. I've been doing this for 13 years. Aspen's been doing it forever. Taylor's been doing it for, the spiritual journey is a forever one. There's never going to be a time when I'm going to stop doing these practices. Even now, I have a regular breathwork practice and I can tell when I haven't done my practice.
Same.
Because like
I feel it. I get irritable, short, snappy with my kids. It's like I can't handle loud noises, overstimulation.
And it's not even like you can't pour from an empty cup. Like your cup needs to be like if you're in this kind of field and this is what you're doing, like you need to be doing it from overflow.
Yeah.
Not even just like,
Literally.
oh, like, okay, I have a full cup so I can pour out half of my cup. Like, no, like I am only able to give what I give because my cup is overflowing.
I'm still learning that. And you're constantly reminding me, like, Tay, you have to take care of yourself too, especially in this field now. And I think it's like more apparent every time I show up or do something with people and with someone's energy, you don't realize how much it takes out of you just as being a witness or just as helping you. Like you would think I'm doing nothing, right? Like I'm up here, I'm coaching you and I'm guiding you, and you would think that doesn't take much, but it does. Like I feel what you're feeling. I feel the sadness, the grief, the anxiety, like all of it, the happiness if it's happy. Like I feel it and I absorb it, and you take it on, and then I'm like, oh my God, is this mine or is this someone else's? And it's been hard deciphering like what's mine and what's not, and learning how to let that go and to move through it. And her constantly being like, just reminding you, like, now that you're in this like work, you really need to like really take care of yourself.
And really the point of it all is, you know, the best way to talk about is the Toltec. It's like the hollow bone theory, right? Of like you only can really step into this level of, you know, work and healing when you really know all of your own shit. When you really know what's yours and what's not yours, right? You know your wounds and you're like, oh, okay, this person's moving this, but like I'm only recognizing it because it's in me. So you can only see stuff that's in you. You can only recognize and you can see and you can move it. And so really working on just knowing that, being like, okay, it's like tonight, you know, there was 26 people in here.
Yeah.
You know, and all their energy and all of that stuff is moving and they're like wide open and everyone's moving something different and everyone's allowing themselves to be in this vulnerable state.
Yeah.
Because and sometimes when, you know, I'm in a place where I know maybe my cup's not overflowing, right? Maybe I'm not in that space, but I still have to show up here because, you know, and not even have to, like I get to show up here and hold space. I will, and I think that that's why this community respects me so much too, is that I'm like, you know what, guys, like life is fucking lifing, and I am fucking not well today,
just being
and I'm
honest.
just like here, and I'm showing up, and this has like been equally the hardest and most beautiful year of my life, and sometimes I'm up there crying when like people are releasing things, and I'm just so fucking real that it's just like, this is what it is, relatable. Right? Like I'm not up
all
here.
Of us are like painted picture perfect because we like have certificates or because we can lead you through journeys. It's like, no, we all have our shit.
No, and I've got fucking shit. Yeah. Not to compare or like do anything, but holy,
I'm the worst.
No, I don't think I'm the worst, right?
No.
I don't think that, but
of course not.
But this fucking year, dude,
no,
like I said
it's
like,
been a test. It's been a fucking test, that's for sure.
Equally the most beautiful, like so much beautiful things, like the stuff that I've, you know, my resilience and things that I've made it through, like fuck, there were some days where I just like really didn't think I was gonna make it. It's like, and it's so great because I say it all the time, this community has really helped me because a lot of the times I'll be in breathwork like yelling at everybody and it's like exactly what the fuck I need to hear. So it's like as I'm providing this, you know, service and guiding, I'm guiding and learning and growing and doing it myself. And that's when, you know, it's like nobody has it figured out. Like I fucking definitely do not have it figured out. But I do know that no matter what, as long as I'm showing up and like being vulnerable and honest, and when life is hard, just being like, yeah, guys, life is really hard. There's been many a times I've led a class and cried at the end of it, like with everybody. Yeah. And so I think that that's also like the most important part too, is just being
real,
vulnerable.
Yeah. And
because vulnerable is such a superpower, right? And a lot of people get in this space and they become so filled with egos that it's like, ooh, like I had something to do with somebody having this experience, right? And it's like, yes, I do believe that we have a part in it, but I'm always directing. It's like you showed up.
Empowerment.
You showed up.
You're showing them how to show up.
Yeah, like I didn't do anything. I just decided to turn my pain into purpose.
Yeah.
It's not me.
Amen.
Yeah.
Amen to that.
That's so good. But yeah, so end of story is there is no such thing as a spiritual cleansing. And if there's anybody out there that telling you that that's a thing.
I fucking wish there was, for fuck's sake. It'd be a lot easier. But there isn't.
That was the message. I need a spiritual cleansing. It took really, because you know me, I'm so fucking sassy.
And she'll just say it so quick with it.
Take a shower. But I didn't do that. And also it's like social media and all that stuff, I've been really, really struggling with it and like wanting to just like my business is not like this business is not built from social media. Like
all
you
word
like
of
you
mouth.
think like everything. So I've just been really like, because like I stopped making like the reels and like doing all the things, and I'm just like,
I know, I hate it too. I'm struggling with growing my own business, like my Balance and Bloom page. Like I don't want content to ever feel like a chore or a job. If I feel inspired or have something I want to create, then I go on and make something. And everyone's like, oh, well, you're never going to grow if you don't post every single day, 3 times a day. It's like, dude, I don't fucking have that in me. I had social media run my life at one point. Like I'm never doing that again. And if my business ever turns into an online business, it's going to be fucking automated. And like, I'm going to work my ass off for a couple weeks and then have it fucking uploaded and like have it taken care of itself, because I am not willing to show up every single day on my fucking cell phone to talk. I just am not, I'm not willing to do it. And I know that's like the new age of things, but it makes me extremely sick and toxic. And I know that about myself. Like I will never have my phone run my life or my self-worth again. I just won't.
Yeah, I've been really struggling with it. I'm just like in real life, like feeling like it just like needs to be in real life. And this year, this studio, like I barely do any marketing, and like that's it. It's like
all word of
Google
mouth.
reviews.
Yeah.
People are like, oh, my coworker has like completely changed, and like things are full. Like
yeah,
and that like I don't know. I'm just like I don't know. That's where I'm at right now with social media.
Yeah, because social media sucks. Honestly, there's a lot of good things that can come from it, and I do learn a lot. And I like parenting tips or things I'm interested in. I will find like a lot of value out of it, but it can also make you extremely sick and take you down rabbit holes. And like, it's a fucking time suck. I literally go on my phone for 10 minutes. I like tell myself I'm gonna like look something up for 10 minutes, and then next thing I know, fucking 40 minutes go by and I'm scrolling TikTok, and I'm like, how the fuck did I get from Google to TikTok? Like, I don't understand.
Yeah.
It's too much. It's too much, and I feel like it's just going to be a learning curve, because this is, unfortunately, I keep trying to tell my mom too, because my mom will send me all these like fear reels about parenting. God love you, Mom, but for fuck's sake, sometimes I'm just like, I can't even like watch this because it's terrifying. And I'm like, I'm not going to live in the fear of like how my kids are going to turn out. They're going to turn out how they're going to turn out, period. And I just think that this is the age that we're going into of like technology, and that's new for us, for our generation. So we're like, oh, it's keeping them sick, it's keeping them whatever, but really this is the generation that's going to have to grow up with technology to know how to fucking function in the world, because everything's turning to AI and automated and computer shit. Do you know what I mean? Like whether hopefully we like it or not.
Hopefully it all dies.
I mean,
that'll be another conversation.
Yeah. Hopefully it does, but I'm just saying, as it's going right now, like they're having laptops in schools and kids like doing shit.
I know, it's crazy.
It's insane. And I'm like, am I going to be the one to be like, no, but like I have to get on board with this because my fucking kindergartner is going to have a laptop and use fucking, I don't even know what it's called, listen to me, Subtronics. It's like my favorite DJ. Telephonics or something phonics. And he's in kindergarten. He's going to have to like learn how to use a laptop next year. And I'm like, what the fuck? And then I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna like obsess about this, because this is just how this generation is going to grow up. Like, I remember when I was in school and they just came out with those old school MacBooks, like the big MacBook like cubes, and we were learning how to type on those. Now they all get their own fucking laptops, and I'm like, you're 5, bro.
I still don't know how to type. But even tonight with the sound bath, we were going to live record it for the app, which I ended up not doing it because I'm like, I protect the space so much that like it feels so sacred that like everything I say is like for the people in the
Space.
in the space, that I feel weird. It like sets me off when like the live is on. So we're gonna start just me and Aspen are gonna come in here and we're gonna use like this stuff and
the
do
pod track.
the live recordings and stuff for the app, because that's another thing. The app, we're still doing the app. That's growing. Like I get people all the time from the treatment centers that are coming. Even tonight there was like a bunch of people that came here from the treatment centers, and I'm so happy when they're in here and I see them. I was just talking to somebody else about it. I'm just so annoyed because I've been working at these treatment centers for a year and a half, and it's like I constantly see the same people. It's like the system is so flawed, like, and everyone's just like pumped to be back in rehab, and I'm like, no, the point is that I'm gonna see you guys outside of rehab. Like, you're gonna come to the studio and have these experiences in the studio because you're not gonna come back to rehab. And it's like, it's so sickening, the system, and how backwards the system is, and how they're just putting people in rehab and then they put them on a bunch of meds that are doing the same thing of the thing, or they're just, people are coming in on so many different kinds of meds, and then they're detoxing not only from whatever drug it is, but then they're on all these other kinds of meds, and I'm just like, and of course it's like the recidivist, like the rate is just it's like every 2 months everybody comes in, 3 months, or they'll get like a couple months and then they'll be back in for a month, and I'm like,
that's like that 3-month mark. They say you make it past 90 days, you're pretty much smooth sailing after that because your brain is still learning how to function. That's the relapse rate. That's like a thing. Like, it's like 90 days.
Yeah, I mean, it's way more. I mean, it's
sooner, but they say if you can make it past 90 days, you're pretty much okay past the 90 days.
Right, if you weren't on any other substances.
Yes, exactly.
It's these other substances that they're putting them on, and it's not just like Suboxone and methadone. It's like all these other psych meds and Zoloft and like just all these other meds that they're just putting everybody on. It's like
Yeah, but speaking of treatment and speaking of that, I feel like we're in this for a reason, right? Revive. I feel like this all ties in, like focusing on all pathways and teaching new ways and learning. Like, that has to mean something. Like, this has to mean something. Like, the charity event was incredible Saturday, you guys. If you missed it, you'll get to come to the next one. The next one will be bigger and better, but it was great. It was beautiful, and it was a great turnout, and we obviously didn't raise what we wanted to, but there was a lot of things we didn't do that they do for the golf tournament and stuff. So it was a learning experience, and we're going to continue to grow, and we're going to continue talking about it and showing people different ways.
We have a new location for Revive in Manchester, and the space is epic. It's 99 Blaine Street. If you're in the Manchester area, we're a little short on employees. So if you're looking for employment opportunities, we need volunteers. We need like toiletries and snacks for our teen program. Like, there's all kinds of ways that you can also donate that are not money. Give back. Yeah. I made a post about it on my social media. It was funny. I love ChatGPT, just so you guys all know. And I put it in through, like, I don't know if you noticed it, but I was like, make it in 1920s talk. Like the whole
bee's
post.
knees.
Yeah, the whole post. It was so funny. So, but, yeah, I hate social media and all the things. So ChatGPT is my best friend, guys. I really don't care. I am dyslexic and I can't spell and I don't know my left from my right and all the things.
Yeah, that's like the greatest thing to ever come out.
Literally,
honestly,
don't even care. And in full honesty, like,
captions take way too long to curate. When you have an idea and you're trying to portray it and get it out on text, it's way easier to tell AI, this is what I'm thinking I want to say, but can you help me say it eloquently? And it's just like, and you're like, perfect. And then obviously you make it your own, like you switch some stuff around. But yeah, ChatGPT is a fucking G.
Yep, just gonna throw that out there. So yeah, so the new center is, and that's it, and it's all pathways, and it's like that's, even those places aren't having people do recovery coaches and aftercare and getting them involved in a community, because that's what it is. It's so crazy because I see it when they're in IOP, because I kind of like follow them. We have like a mental health facility, they have the IOP, so I'll see them, and everyone has community. You're in rehab, you're doing great because you're in community and you have people to talk to and all the things, and then you go to IOP and you're in community or you're in meetings, and then people every time it's like, yeah, I stopped doing those things, or I, was done IOP, so I went back. It's like, yes, because
that's like when they said, like, I stopped going to meetings, I relapsed. It's like, no, you stopped having your community and showing up for yourself.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be meetings. It doesn't have to be IOP. It's just you have to find a community of things. Go play Pokemon cards. Like, go GameStop. Like, I don't care what it is. Like, there's people out there. There's art communities. If you like art, like, you don't have to be stuck in the 12-step program either. There's all pathways. So it's like you can have all these different areas. All you need to do is find people to be around that are like good for you, that are good for you. Because even
the message of this whole year has been like community. Period.
And even if it's like, think about when you go to do the drugs, or you have a relapse and you do the things, like you're going back to the bar because you had a community at the bar. We talk about that all the time, right? You had a community, you had drug dealers, you had people that you were connected with. You had some sort of connection to people, whether you can see it or not. That's what it is. And so that's it. That's it. It's so important. You need community.
Yeah. That's like been a big eye opener too for me this year. It's like the community that we've built at the women's circle, or like the podcast community, Sacred Rebels. Like,
all of it.
It's so important.
The most important.
It's so important. And we get as much from you guys as you say you get from us. Like, honestly, like the DMs that you send, the stuff that you write in, the comments, the love, the support, the shares, like all of it. It's as much for us as it is for you. Because I feel like a lot of people are like, oh, what you guys are doing is so great. It's like, we're doing this because we needed it. Like, we needed it. Like, we're showing up just for ourselves, but also for you, but also because we needed it. And so you're giving back to us more than I think you realize, just by showing up and doing the things with us.
It's so funny in that deposition when they kept me in there for 7 hours asking me all the stupid fucking questions about myself. One of the questions was like the things that I make money on, and they were like, oh, like, you don't make money on the podcast? No, we literally don't. We don't want to. Like, we actually had a sex toy partnership.
Yeah, like, we've had collabs reach out. Like, we've had companies reach out like, hey, can you, but like, we're still, listen, I'll post about some vibrators all fucking day long if they're going to pay us for it.
I know, we should maybe think about that. But we have had people that have reached out to us, and we're just like, no, this isn't why we're doing this. Like, we're not doing this because we want to, like, I mean, will it be cool if, like, somebody picks us up?
Yeah, exactly. If like, one day we monetize it, I'm all for it. But right now, that's, like, not the goal.
It's not the goal. We're doing this because we just know we have a message. We know we've met some incredible people along the way. I mean, the podcast guests that we've had, like, organically, that have just, like, come about,
shown
to, like,
up,
happen and do the things that we're doing. Like, that's it. That's why we're doing this. The money isn't. Guys, I would do sacred. If I could, I would not have. If I had a way to do what I do for free, I would do what I do for free. Yeah. I mean, I practically do. The treatment centers is kind of what really pays the bills for me here. Like, a lot of the stuff is donation, and if anybody knows me, there was, I think, 7 people at the sound bath tonight that didn't pay for the sound bath, because I just, like, if you reach out to me and you're like, I really need this right now, and like finances, like, I'm gonna say, yeah, please come. So like, if there was a way that I could do this all of my life without, having to take money, but unfortunately life is...
Yeah, we live in the 3D and we still have bills to pay.
Yeah,
motherfuckers.
So here we are. But this is not for that.
Yeah, no.
This is
definitely
us.
A passion project. Yeah, for sure. Passion project, getting the message across, building a community of like-minded women, now men, and just spreading a message of hope outside of what society deems. Yeah. Societal norms.
In all pathways.
Yeah.
That's why it's, like, so important for us to, you know, do the revive stuff and do the work that we're doing. I always say it, like, I don't know why the treatment centers let me in there. Like, I'm always like, you're not fucking sick. You're not sick forever. Like, they're keeping you sick. I'm like, subliminal messages when, like, they're in meditation. I'm like, you're not sick. You're not broken. You don't need to be fixed. It's all in
that's
you.
Good, though.
Like,
That's
it's
so
superpower.
important.
Oh, yeah. They love me.
That's so important. Yeah. It's so important to hear that. I feel like that's all I needed to hear when I was in treatment. Like, you're going to be okay. You're going to make it out of this. And, like, you're not fucked up forever. Like, that's all I needed to hear.
I have some of the
Because you're so low, desperate, and broken at that stage. Like,
I have some of the most profound, like, sessions in the rehab. So I'm there every Monday, every other Friday. Some Mondays I do 2. I do the mental health. But, like, even, it was yesterday. What's today? Tuesday? Yeah, Monday, I did the mental health facility and then the treatment facility. And I always have everybody share because it's like, you know, just share what's going on. And one of the kids just raised his hands and I was like, does anybody have anything to share? And he just, like, eyes full of tears, just was like, yeah, I just realized that, like, I'm not broken. And just, like, crying and, like, just saying that simple statement. Like, just having that moment where you fucking realize, holy shit, I'm not broken. I've thought my whole life that I was broken and that there was something wrong with me and that I needed to be fixed. And, like, it's fucking, you're not broken. None of you are broken. Nobody is broken. Yeah. We're not. No. We make mistakes. That's what we
might feel it. There's sometimes where I definitely feel like I'm fucking broken, where I'm calling Amy crying, like, why the fuck am I like this? Why is this happening? But we're not broken. Exactly. We're healing.
And we need to be loved. This is my favorite thing. This is my favorite thing to say. 2 things. There's 2 things that are my favorite things to say. And then I'm really tired and I've had a long day, so we're going to wrap it up after this. But these are the 2 things. 1 is that everything, and I always say this, right? It's like, you know, what is the thing that nobody knows, right? You have these things, right? Like, everybody has these little stories about themselves, like, where it's like nobody knows, right? And I'm always like, raise your hand if you have that thing that you say about yourself that nobody knows. And then I give everybody a pause and I, like, make it a little dramatic and I'm like, guess what? You're not fucking nobody. You're not nobody.
Yeah.
You're the most important person that knows. And it's those things, those secrets, those shames, those guilts that you hold on, those skeletons in your closet. Like, everybody wants to talk about shadow work. What's shadow work? Well, that's shadow work. You're not nobody, and all of those things that you hold shame for are the things that are holding you back from living the life that you actually deserve to live. Because you're holding yourself. You're putting yourself in the cage. You're putting yourself, the door is wide the fuck open. Choose to put yourself out of that box. Who cares? Nobody else needs to know. You don't have to go around and tell everybody these deepest, darkest secrets. Yeah. You just have to stop saying to yourself that nobody knows. Yeah. That, like, that
makes so much sense.
Safe for you to be like, yeah, who the fuck cares? Yeah, everybody could know this thing about me and I'm going to be fucking fine because I don't hold the shame in it.
Yeah.
And then it's that you're not broken and need to be fixed. You're healing and you need to be loved. And the only one that can heal you, the only love that can heal you is your own. It's it.
Absolutely.
It's your own.
Yeah.
Those 2 things.
I know. And it's so true because once you start showing up for yourself in a way that nobody else has, it's like you realize your worth and you realize you see yourself for who you actually are. It's crazy. Like, you have like a light bulb moment where you're like, oh, I was searching and everything outside of me for so long for this love. And then when you get a glimpse of what that feels like, that self-love, like that, oh, wow, like, I actually fucking I fuck with myself heavy. Like, yeah, I am dope. Like, what the fuck? Like, who cares about all this outside shit? It's like a light bulb moment. You're like, you can't ever go back. You're, again, going to have moments, your ups and downs, but you can't ever go back to how it was before.
Well, I say it's like about my relationship right now where it's like, wow, I've never, like, felt so seen and so heard and so valued and so loved and appreciated. But it's because for the first time in my life,
you showed up for you.
I see myself. Yep. I see myself in this way. I love myself in this way. So finally the mirror has shown up to where it's like, oh, all right. So now that's how I'm being reciprocated because it's
exactly
how I see myself. And you can only receive that when you have that yourself.
Yeah.
The only way that you're going to be seen is if you see yourself. The only way that you're going to be valued is if you value yourself. The only way you're going to get love is if you love yourself. It's it. There is no cheat fucking code.
Yep.
Like, it's an inside journey, and the more that you do that, the more that you're willing to see yourself, the more that you're willing, and it's the more that you're willing to see yourself, good, bad, indifferent, all the fucking nobody knows shit.
Love yourself unconditionally.
Then somebody else can love you unconditionally.
Yeah.
Then once you value yourself on a whole nother level, then somebody can value you. That's it.
Yeah.
There's no fucking, there's no like
and then
magic pill.
Yeah.
There's no, and that's why like, working out, like having an in-shape body, it's like those things, like money can't buy it.
Yeah, true.
Money can't buy internal peace.
True. That is true.
The level of success you think you have is going to be the level of success of your internal condition. It's not an outside thing.
Yep.
That happiness destination that we talked about at the beginning of the episode, like it's I'll be happy when I'm happy in here.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
In my body, no matter where your body's at, you have to look.
No matter where you take me or put me.
Yeah, here, right?
Yeah.
It's like, even like people on like a weight loss journey, right? It's like, even that, like,
love all parts.
You have to, the second you decide to love yourself, you're gonna stop putting the shitty food in your body. You're gonna stop. It's like the same shit with the alcohol and the drugs. It's like, no, like I'm never gonna, get myself in a position where I'm going to drink too much, where I feel like shit. I did that. I had to like rebuild the relationship, right? But I would never fucking do that now. It's like taking me, to places where I'm like, wow, I chose this for myself and I'm never going to fucking choose this again for myself again. Yeah. And like, okay, so once you get on the self-love journey and you start to do that, your outside will reflect your inside. Yep. But there's never nothing outside that you're going to buy, obtain that's going to change your inside.
Yeah, no.
I mean, and that's what people get so caught up in the material world. We've all tried.
I've tried it all.
And, we might, peaks and valleys. Get up, down, sideways, indifferent, but.
Yeah, I think, like, the general message is just. Honestly,
you're not broken.
Yeah, you're not broken. Love yourself. Community. Find a community. Gratitude practices. All of it. No happiness destination. Be happy where you're at right now. Be here now. Say it all the time. It's like something so simple. It's like remind yourself. This feminine workshop that I'm in right now, like learning how to like embrace my divine feminine and all of that, letting go of the masculine is like the only real thing that like we really need to do to step into our feminine is slow the fuck down. Like slow the fuck down. So now my reminder every day when I'm about to do something, like this course that I'm taking is like you just take a pause. You take like if I go to do the dishes, I take 1 second pause, take a deep breath. Like sounds so like, cheesy, whatever. I take a deep breath, get grounded before I'm about to start a task. And then when I'm moving on to the next task or I hear my kids fighting or screaming in the background, like take a deep breath and I just slow down instead of like trying to rush around. Like the other day, Kanan said something to me and I was like, oh my God, it like hit me like a ton of bricks. Like it was morning, we're rushing around late for school always. I mean, I'm the mom who's like whipping in at 9:15 and he's supposed to be there at 9. And I was like rushing them out, trying to like get them in the car. And Kanan like stopped in the driveway and he looked at me and he's like, Mom, why are we always in a rush? He's like, I don't like to rush. And I was like, dude, I don't either. Like, let's not be in a rush anymore. Like, it doesn't even matter. Like, mom needs to wake up earlier. We all need to wake up earlier. If we're late, we're late. Like, I'm going to stop rushing us. Like, because at that point, you're fucking late. Like, what's 2 minutes at that point? What's 2 minutes longer? Like, I'm late. Like, I'm going to not rush. You're right, buddy. Like, he, like, reminded me, like, why are we always in a rush? Like, I don't like to rush. And I'm like, dude, I don't like to rush either. You're right. Like, why are we rushing? I don't like to rush either.
Kids are our greatest teachers always.
And it is. It's so dysregulating to your nervous system when you're constantly, like, rushing around in fight or flight mode. That's, like, that fight or flight response mode. When you're rushing, like, yeah, you might not be in fight or flight, but it's it's very similar to a fight or flight response. So you're like running around trying to get shit done, and you're irritable and short and snappy on the people who don't fucking deserve it. And I'm just like, dude, you're right. Like, yeah, why are we rushing around? We're not going to rush around anymore. And mom's going to like practice my breath and slow down. Because that's what it is. I'm learning to just slow down, soften, and open so that I can receive.
You master your breath. You master your life.
Mm-hmm. I know.
And we've just so lost our breath.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's lost their breath.
And even now, like, I have to be conscious of when I hold my breath. I am like a breath holder, and I don't even notice I'll be doing it sometimes as like monotonous activities like dishes or grocery shopping or trying to do something for the kids. Like, I'll realize, when's the last time I just took a breath? Like, I've been holding my breath this whole time. And I have to be like, even in the gym, like learning to do the circular breathing through my nose and out through my mouth instead of all through the mouth, like just like out of breath, like running from the treadmill or something. Like, learning to do like the circular breath and just slowing down just helps calm you way faster than, I don't know. It's been a light bulb moment for me these past couple of weeks through all these mental breakdowns. That's for sure.
And that's it. There's a lot of practices.
Teaching moments.
That's where the Breathwork 101 thing is going to come in. Like, you know, you're supposed to be able to hold your breath for 90 seconds. That's a healthy breath hold. We're supposed to be doing one breath 1 minute, and that's like what makes our nervous system the most calm and the most. Try to do that. It's 20-second inhale, 20-second hold, 20-second exhale. So if you're sitting at your desk or you're doing something that you can, you know, and you find yourself in that fight or flight mode, to just practice that, do it for 5 minutes. And it takes a minute, right? You might have to do like 10 seconds, 10 seconds, 10 seconds to work your way up to the 20-second, 20-second, 20-second. But it's a life-changing practice, and it takes 5 minutes. But that's what I'm going to be teaching in the Breathwork 101. We have had the most ADHD episode, and we are so honored that you listen to us just ping pong around and talk about all the shit. But we are going to have a guest here soon. We are going to do every other...
My mom's coming.
I'm so excited. I'm going to get my mom on too. Yes. But we are going to be doing...
The moms.
We are going to be doing an episode every other week. So we're not going to be doing just... You know, just like we said, this is our fun. This is our hobby. We're not going to stress about it. Some weeks we might, some weeks we not, but we are going to try to just make sure to do every other week.
Keep it fun.
And keep it fun.
And not
keep
like, oh my God, do we have a guest? What are we doing tonight? What's happening?
Yeah, this isn't it.
But like, this is so organic, and this is us. Literally, I walked in, she's like, what are we going to talk about? I'm like, I don't know. Let's just start chatting. Like, that's it. Like, this is just us. Like, it's not like we practice or we have a script or like we know what we're talking about every single week. Like, so I know some podcasts I follow are very like, you know, they're very rigid and all the things. Like, that's just not who we are.
No, and I asked a couple of people that were at the sound bath tonight if they would be on the podcast, because sometimes we do that to people. We're like, hey, we're here. There's a studio full of people. Does anybody want to be on it?
Yeah.
And one of the other people were like, you guys don't know what you're going to do? We're like, nope, this is just us. So fun. So let's end the same way we started, with the greatest reminder that you are not broken and you don't need to be fixed, that you're healing. The healing journey is forever once you decide to jump on it. So we're all in this crazy ride together. So let's expel all the energy out. Let's inhale in through the nose, fill up. Open the heart. And then just let that shit go. Thanks for listening.
We love y'all.
Bye, guys. See you soon. See you on the flip side. Thanks so much for taking the time out of your busy schedule to listen to what we have to say. It means the world. As always, we want to end this episode by reminding you that we are not medical professionals and we are not giving any type of medical advice. We are simply sharing our experience and solutions.
We are here with the intentions of reminding you that you are never alone and that everyone's healing journey is unique to the individual. Make sure to follow us on all social media platforms to stay updated. Stay well, Sacred Rebels. See you next time.